Hi everybody, welcome back. We've wrapped up the craft show season for us. We're at a week before Christmas or so, and last couple shows have been outstanding. People were really interested in the product that I had, so it was the last two shows in November and early December have been very good. So we've had a good year, had fun doing it, look forward to next year. Basically taking some time off now to where nothing really kicks off till probably late March, just because it still can be cool and cold here in Tennessee. So probably late March, early April is when we'll start back up. So in the meantime, we start building up inventory and doing maintenance and repairs on the lathe. About a month ago, I experienced a situation where when I pushed start, there was a hesitant start, and sometimes it didn't start at all. So I attempted to video it and was going to show you guys live here, but I just know it wouldn't work. It'd probably work every time if I did it. So it was intermittent. So I did get it to fail a few times, and I sent Laguna a little video clip of what was happening, and this is what I sent them. So as you can see, there was an intermittent starting that took place, and when I contacted Laguna, they responded within a day, and told me that the solution was replacing this relay right here. Going a little bit more about that, this is what they replied. It says, "Hello Rick, more than likely the relay behind your control panel is going out. You can purchase this through our online store with the link provided below. I'll include that link in the descriptions of this video." They also stated the frequent smashing of the on and off in a short period of time will cause the VFD to lock out and could contribute to this issue. If this happens, unplug it for 60 seconds and re-plug it back in, and the VFD will reset. If you're not familiar with some of the terminology and stuff, the VFD, which is located on the backside, that's a variable frequency drive. If you wonder how these machines work, and let me go a little bit where Rick comes from. I build automated machinery on my pay job. That's what I do. I wire up machines, and we have a company here in town that we build and install factory machines for automation and stuff. So this is what I do for a living. So the variable frequency drive takes my particular case, 220 volts in, and that's how you get your variable speed. It changes, if you were to put a meter on your motor and change this speed, you'll see no difference in voltage. It'll still say 220 volts is on that motor, and what it's doing is changing the frequency, the 60 hertz. It's changing the frequency of the motor, and that's where you get your speed differences. And that process is still taking place through the forward and reverse. You're switching it back and forth. One thing I'm not really sure on a three-phase motor, when you have 480 or 208 volts on a three-phase motor, if you take a couple of the phases and you switch them, that's how you get a forward and reverse. But that's taking place in the frequency drive. It does all the switching and all that stuff that needs to take place to go forward and reverse and variable speeds. So that's your crash course on the VFD and what it does. The relay, from what I see, it looks like it's 4 contacts inside of it, but they're only using 2. And so what a relay does is it takes the control voltage or the power on button and it turns this relay on, and it's a magnet, and it closes the contacts and allows the signal to go through those 2 contacts. So it's turning it on, it's turning the display on. A relay provides someone to send one signal and control multiple devices, lights, whatever you want to call it. It can control up to, in this particular case, 4 items with one signal. So that's what's happening here. A relay, the little contacts in it, especially in a dusty environment, can get corroded from the contacts closing. They develop an arc between the 2, and corrosion builds up, and that connection doesn't always make contact anymore, and that's how come the relays go bad. My lathe is approximately 2 years old, maybe, and I'm already doing this. Kim Tippin of Kim Tippin Wood Turning has a video out, and I'll put her video link in the description also, where she changed this video out, this relay out, but I just wanted to go a little bit more detail on doing this and what we do and how to do about it. It's not a complicated thing. You don't have to be an electrician to do so at all, and we're going to show you that here in just a minute. So that's what they said. I want to go over briefly the tools, which are very minimal of what you'll be needing to use. You have a couple screws here, Allen head, that you'll need to take them. I really recommend, especially for any kind of machine, that you get an Allen pack, something of this nature. This is an American machine, so it has got standard, but they will work, but some of the metric are real close also, and they'll work. But if you were to buy these packs, they usually come metric and standard together. You'll have 2 separate packs. The only difference about this allows you to get in sideways to do that, but I really recommend it if you get this type, that you get this kind right here. And it's got the ball on the end. It's what it allows you to do. Once you take a screw and you break it free, you can turn that over, and it allows you to go through angles and turn it without messing up the head of the thing. So those are great tools to do that. Okay, and then get your good pair of needle nose, because we're going to be taking these blade. They're connected to a male-female end. When you do, if you can't just pull them apart with your hand, and you use a pair of needle nose to do it, make sure you use your needle nose on the device leads that you're taking out. That way, in case you damage the wire or anything, it's the wire that you're already taking out anyway. So get your pair of needle nose, have those, and then you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver to take some of that. So anyway, I'm going to reposition the camera, get it closer to the controller here, and we'll change that out. Okay, so we're looking at the controller here, and basically what we're going to be doing is you have 2 screws here and here. Once we get that out, we'll take off the screws on the underside, and this unit will come out and work. But to get there, I've moved my banjo down, and now you have a little table to put your stuff there you want. Inside here, there's a the reader that for your display tells you the RPMs on how fast you're going. It reads the shaft, and we're going to have to remove that, loosen it. It's really simple. And then there's right around in here on the underside, there's a cord, and we're just going to have to maneuver it a little bit and get past that cord, and then we'll be able to pull it all the way out and take a look. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have a little magnet pouch right here, and that'll keep the screws in place so I don't lose them. Okay, let me take the camera, and I want to show you this, what we're going to be taking out so you can see. Let's get a light on. We're going to be taking this out right here. Just need to loosen it. There's 2 screws right here, and it's a slotted, as you can see, it's a slotted hole, and the screw is all the way to, and that's your mark. That's where you're going to reposition it. It reads these screws here and tells you how fast that shaft is turning. And then on the underside here, here's that cord that goes up into the controller that you just kind of have to monkey with a little bit to get it out. So we're going to be taking this out, so that gives us the ability to lift it all the way out. This is a Phillips head underneath here. There we go. So you pull it out just a little bit, and you can see how that needs to go. So right here, we have the 2 screws that we need to take that off. And they're really, really small. Oh, and if I did not tell you beforehand, always unplug your machine before you do any kind of maintenance. Completely unplug it. That'll also, this is going to take longer than 60 seconds, so that will automatically reset your VFD anyway. But make sure you are unplugged. 110 or 220 hurts pretty bad, trust me. And as you can see, this is the kind of environment that we deal with. So I'm going to take a little bit of air pressure, and let's clean it out a little bit. I put a regulator on my air nozzle, and I keep it really low pressure. This is only about 20 psi. Clean it out a little bit. Wasn't that bad though compared. So anyway, let me grab the camera again, and we'll let you see where this relay is going to be. And right here's what we're changing. You'll have a screw back in there. That's the only screw, it's just one screw. And then as you can see, they're attached and they have a male female end. So you want to grab it on this end so you don't damage the part that's going to stay in there. Okay, so let me reposition the camera and so you can see this work here. All right, this is a Phillips head holding the relay in. Yeah, that'll hold it. And that gives you a little catch pan for your screw anyway. Or you can put it up there on your magnetic. Alright. There's no moving parts inside here, but they have it routed underneath, as you can see right here. They have it routed under. So we're just going to do it the same way that they did it. And make it look good. So we're going to do these one at a time and connect them to the appropriate connection on the relay of the new one. So as you can see right here, your contacts here, and this is the coil, and this is the magnetic that's taking place that closes these contacts right here, and that allows the power to go through or to go through there. So looks to be L1. And you'll just have to do a little bit of rocking motion. As you can see, it slipped a little bit and I'm knocking off the heat shrink. Just go back and forth a little bit till you get it out. You just kind of have to walk it off. Just like that. Okay. So as you can see, your marks mess that up a little bit. In fact, this display is just a, if you were to squeeze these here, this display probably should come right up. Just like that. That gets that out of the way. Okay. So we'll get the new relay. And right in here, you'll see numbers. That's number 14. And that's number 14. And that's going to be energizing part of the coil. Just like that. We'll do the other side. Just right there. Here. Yeah, I probably should have kept that number 7. For the next time. And I'll tell you ahead of time, I went ahead and ordered 2 relays for the purpose of, mine is 2 years old and I'm already replacing it, so it makes me think this may be something that I have to do a little more often than what I thought about. So yeah, I went ahead and ordered 2. They're going to charge you $15 for shipping. That's a flat rate shipping. So I just went ahead and ordered me another one for the next time if that happens. The relay is, I think it was $24.95, something like that. and $15 shipping. So go ahead and order you 2 of them. If you have to do this. Who would have thought this takes the most time? I'm gonna try to pry. That's not gonna work. Flat blade screwdriver may work also. There we go. Just use your needle nose as a wall for leverage. And that is number get that out of the way. That works a lot easier. Just this one. And the last one. Screwdriver's the way to go if you can squeeze it in there. All right. Now we're going to manipulate this stuff in here. Take it underneath this little display. Display should just snap back into place, like so. put screw back into that. Okay, so that's it replaced right there. One screw holding it, changing them out one at a time. Everything is protected with heat shrink and such, so there's no short. What I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to put this stuff back on, and then when we come back on, we'll turn it on and see where we're at. Okay, so we got it put back together. We did just the went reverse forward and connected everything back up, including can't forget about the sensor down below, and it's slid all the way over, tightened down. The cable was out of the way, and so looks normal. And the issue was sometimes it hesitated, it was slow to start. It appears to have corrected the problem. Time will tell if it reoccurs and something like that. I want to avoid I didn't understand the term smashing that they used in smashing the buttons on it. I always think of smashing like that, but that's not what I'm doing. What they're saying is the on and off can cause the VFD to fault out or to contribute to the problem. So unplug it after 60 seconds, let it reset, and then it'll be all reset, ready to go. So it's obviously been unplugged all that time. So they're just saying don't toggle back and forth. It's kind of odd in the industrial machinery world that I work in, because they're all the time pushing buttons and stuff. So, but that's the way a relay works. A relay can't always keep up with that kind of action unless it was solid state or something, and solid state can't handle the current issues of that. So anyway, it appears to have corrected that issue that I had. Kim Tippin did not mention what her issue was. She just shows replacing it, so I'm not real sure what problem she was having. So anyway, we got it replaced. This was what we accomplished. It's really hard to tell what is the culprit here, if it's the contacts taking place here. Unless you really take it apart and want to do that, but it appears to have taken care of the problem. It doesn't take a whole lot of carbon and stuff to build up in this switching action and the arcing, that it could cause a intermittent delay or not working at all. So anyway, it corrected the problem, it appears to. So I'm happy, I'm back to work, and we'll call that a success. Like I say, I ordered 2 of them. They charge you $15 flat rate shipping. So I'm 2 years old on this, and I'm already replacing it, so I'm thinking it's going to happen again. It was easy. It took longer than mainly just because of the videoing process and stuff like that, but you come in, knock it out. I think you could do it in less than 30 minutes from start to finish. So it's not a bad deal at all. So anyway, that's all we're going to do today. We got it up and running. I hope this is beneficial for you. I hope some of the explanations about your machine, if you have a 1836 or really any Laguna or even frequency drive driven motors, that's how the frequency drive works. It alters the frequency, the 60 hertz coming in, and that's how you get to different speeds. It doesn't change the voltage, it changes the frequency. So I am not a representative of Laguna. I'm a representative of Rick, who owns a Laguna, and I build automation for the past 23 years, and prior to that I was an electronic technician with the space program before moving back to Tennessee. So I kind of really feel I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this, and so I feel comfortable and confident to help you out in any way I can doing this. So anyway, if you have questions, listen below. I will get back to you, and I hope you find it beneficial. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new and you saw one of the hashtags of Laguna Fix or Laguna 18, something of that nature, Lathe, and you've not subscribed to my channel, I'd really love for you to subscribe, and you'll get a notification every time I turn a new bowl, new something or other that we are doing here in the studio. So anyway, thanks for joining me. This is Christmas week, and it's all the elves up here in Tennessee have orange and white. That's just the way it is. So that's the way we celebrate it here. And I hope you have a blessed Christmas, and you have to take the opportunity to remember the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And it's just a great time to be with family and to exchange with one another. And there's just so much more to the Christmas holiday than just exchanging gifts. That's not where it all started. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And like I say, anything I can do for you as far as this, feel free to leave some comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So y'all have a great week. Merry Christmas from Middle Tennessee, and God bless y'all.